Heather Exner-Pirot joins us now, Director of Energy, Natural Resources, Environment at the Macdonald-Laurier Institute. Heather, thank you very much indeed for giving us the time.
Yeah, of course, happy to be here.
At the start of the year, you wrote a piece, 6 Steps to Becoming an Energy and Resource Superpower. Just to gallop through them, build more pipelines, reform the Impact Assessment Act, go nuclear, earn Indigenous consent, encourage critical minerals production through defence spending, and address labour disruptions on the rails and at the ports. Progress has been made on some of those fronts, I suppose. I mean, the federal government reaching some kind of rapprochement with Alberta on pipelines anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, a few of them have had progress. I'd say they've all had progress at varying stages. So, obviously we're closer to building a new pipeline than certainly I expected we were, a year ago. I thought Northern Gateway was dead as a doornail. It seems to be revived, and there's a plan, and the federal government is agreeing to it. But in addition to that, we are building Prince Rupert gas transmission. It got its approvals reapproved, and we're just waiting for the FID on Siliciums, which is what it'll feed. And Enbridge announced 400,000 in egress for its mainline, and Trans Mountain announced another 360,000 for it. So we are certainly getting more egress. The world certainly wants our oil and our natural gas, and we look like we're on track to get some more out there.
And the federal government, as I'm sure you saw, passed that bill, essentially empowering the cabinet to override all laws on projects, except the criminal code and a couple of others. But I mean, pretty strong language that they are willing to speed up projects, it seems.
Yeah, exactly. So, the problem with some of these, cancellations and rejections we had in the Trudeau years was it really spooked investors and who wanted to come back to Canada when you could have kind of the rug pulled under you. And so the idea of de-risking it, of not letting the policy be the barrier was very important. We saw C5, the Building Canada Act, kind of Mark Carney's first signature bill. He hasn't actually used those powers. Nothing has been designated in the national interest, but he started the Major Projects Office. Overall, I have some quibbles on the policy, but it certainly gave investors an idea that Canada was back in business and looking for more investment.
The labour disruptions at ports and railroad services, apparently Nutrien cited that as a reason for not putting a new export terminal in Canada. The head of Unifor said, Nutrien's just engaging in a bargaining tactic there. But you do see this as a problem, the risk of labour disruptions in our infrastructure?
I mean, it's a huge problem, and it accounted for, I think, a majority or at least a plurality of labor action the past year, a year that saw more strike action than we have for several years. And we all knew this was a problem. It's a problem for farmers. It's a problem for miners. It's a problem for oil. It's a problem for everybody. But at least, I don't think a lot of progress has been made, but at least it's going to the top of the priority list. That it's getting attention, and even just last week, it was the transportation minister was at the Port of Vancouver, saying we're going to fix this and we're going to improve this bottleneck in our supply chain.
Heather, we'll have to leave it there. I'm sorry we didn't have more time, but really appreciate it. I hope you can join us again in 2026.
Thanks so much. Happy holidays.
You too. Heather Exner-Pirot of the Macdonald-Laurier Institute.